You know, guys, we have a little bit of an ongoing joke here on the channel, a little bit of an inside joke where anytime there is seemingly any good news or decent news or even some like neutral news, it is almost always attached to something very, very bad. There's always something extremely flawed about it, or at times you can just be skeptical that Activision's gonna find a way to mess it up, and that is a perfectly fine assumption to make given how the last 4 years have gone with Call of Duty. I think you'd be a little too naive to think that anytime there's good news in Call of Duty nowadays that it's simply just good news and there's nothing underneath it, and that just at surface level it's good and that is it. I haven't seen anything like that personally since like Black Ops 4 maybe, and with MW 2019 Part 3 coming just around the corner, I figured I'd finally talk about some of the leaks that have been coming out about the perks, or else, you know, what is now being called is the gear and the equipment that you can apply onto your soldier or your character. And while I do like the sound of a lot of these perks and what they're gonna do and how they might be in a competitive area where you gotta choose one or the other so you can't be this super bloated, overpowered piece of shit, while I do like that, and that's something that Infinity Ward has no knowledge of doing, and Sledgehammer Games, for whatever reason, the creators of fucking Vanguard, have a better time doing than Infinity Ward, I still can't help but think that there is something severely wrong with this. And the truth is, I don't necessarily think this might be on Sledgehammer. This might be one of those Activision things just creeping up around us behind the corner. Now, a lot of these leaks are coming out from Bob's Network, or whatever he's called now. I don't remember what his old handle used to be. And so far, he's been pretty spot on about a lot of things, so I assume that this is true. But here's just a list of some of the boots gear that's coming in MW 2019 Part 3 as perks. And as you can see, we have canvas sneakers that eliminates footstep sounds. I like that. Stalker boots, increased strafe and ADS movement speeds. I like that. Tactical pads, you can read all that. Ultralight boots, running sneakers, and climbing boots. And look, to be completely honest, these are some pretty good perks that are going to be placed in one section, meaning you have to choose only one of these. And honestly, that is not that bad of a thing. He also goes into the glove perks options. Assault gloves, custom gloves, scavenger gloves, specialist gloves, tactical combat gloves, and marksman gloves. You can go ahead and read all of these. And once again, some pretty good options in here given the fact that you can only choose one of them. And then there's the vest perk option. There's gunner vest, there's overkill vest, grenadier, infantry, scout, tactical, and we still don't know what these are going to do, but I'm assuming once again you can only choose one of them, right? So the balance is there at the very least. There's also a helmet option if I'm not mistaken, and once again you can only assume that it's gonna be fairly balanced, at least much better than whatever the fuck Infinity Ward concocted this year. Some slight round of applause to Sledgehammer Games for having a little bit more common sense than Infinity Ward. Why are we applauding this, and why are people praising this and using this as a reason to drop $70 on the next COD? I don't fucking know, but at least it is not as bad as whatever the fuck we have right now. Now, is that saying much? No. But listen up, guys. This is where things take kind of a twisted turn. Now, remember, we're talking about Call of Duty. If you've seen my last few videos, there's been a bit of a theme, I think we can agree, right? We've talked about Snoop Dogg, we talked about Nicki Minaj, 21 Savage. In my last video, we discussed how there's a whole shitload of bundles and operators coming into the game that make no sense, right? We've been talking a lot about microtransactions and money and bundles and shit that you probably don't need to be buying in Call of Duty. Activision, at the very least, is less interested in the quality of the game and more interested in how to get into your pockets. And people think the Scatmaster's pocket watching. These guys are fucking pocket looting, and you don't even realize it. I have the greatest feeling that Activision is about to monetize the ever-living shit out of this equipment. And it'll get a little bit worse as we go on, but just remember, this isn't the first time we've had gear in Call of Duty, right? We had this back in the jetpack CODs, especially back in Advanced Warfare. You could customize your boots and your pants and your vest and shit like that, and it seemed fine, right? Do you guys remember exactly how you could obtain a lot of that gear? I'm not gonna lie, guys, if I'm not mistaken, you could have maybe earned some of it, right? Maybe through leveling up, maybe through doing some challenges, shit like that, right? But for the most part, you are getting them out of supply drops. Answer this question: what is stopping them from monetizing gear in the present day? A lot of the operators and bundles that you're buying in this game right now in MW 2019 Part 2 are transferring over into MW 2019 Part 3. They're using this as a selling point, okay? Keep that in mind. This is not from the goodness of their heart. This is not for them to save you money. This is not as a thank you. This is for them to save face and give you a reason to purchase the next Call of Duty game. Because without that, this game would seem even less than what it already is. And even though there's going to be more bundles and BLACKCELL battle passes in the next COD, they still need more of a way to monetize you, given the fact that a lot of your purchased content is carrying over. How do they do this? Of course, there's still going to be bundles, there's still going to be BLACKCELL battle passes, but they need to monetize the gear that is coming in this game in the form of the perks. I can't really see them customizing the gear to the point where it's going to cost you like $20. So maybe we start out with like $5 a piece for some new boots, right? People are gonna like that. People are gonna buy it. It's not gonna change the quality of your perk, right? It's just $5, make it look different. They get money, you look cooler in your eyes, even though you can barely even fucking see your own shit. This is an FPS game, and everybody wins, right? No. Remember who we're talking about here, guys. We're talking about Activision. There is no winning with Activision. It's just win for Activision, lose for the community. Have we all forgotten already that they've already implemented pay-to-win bundles in this game in very, very slight ways, right? You get a UAV in DMZ. You start out with an extra slot of whatever the hell in DMZ. Really small things at first, and then they gradually made their way to, oh, $20 for this bundle, and the reticle that you get is much more clear, visible, and better than the default version that you didn't have to pay for. And then we gradually increased from there. Hey, if you're running High Alert perk and you have this BLACKCELL Battle Pass skin, you get a dog and it starts barking, it increases the availability and usage of your High Alert perk. Now, is there a downside? Okay, there kind of is, but at the end of the day, you're still getting more of an advantage with it. So they've already tested the waters with pay-to-win perks. They've already tested the waters with just gradually making some things better if you buy it, rather than having the default version or the earned version, right? Remember the base solid color camos that we launched with in this game right here? They actually looked good. I made a video about this. They looked vibrant. The blue one, the green one, the red one, and orange one, they looked really, really nice. Infinity Ward decided to nerf how they looked. Okay, keep this in mind. They nerfed the vibrance on them just so that they can make their other shit that you purchase look better. I'm just giving you guys examples of how low they're willing to go to monetize shit to you. Do you think for a second that sometime throughout the next game's life cycle, they're not going to not only monetize some fucking gloves that you use in the game, but they're gonna add a slight advantage to get you to actually buy it? You know, they need a little bit of an extra push, okay, because it's just gloves. They might give you a slight advantage. They might make your reload speed just a little bit faster. Maybe they make your Dead Silence boots just a little bit quieter. Maybe they make your lightweight boots just a little bit faster. You see where I'm going? Guys, this is not the first time we've seen pay-to-win shit in Call of Duty, first of all. Second of all, we've seen in recent times how low they are willing to go to monetize this sort of shit to you. And 3, remember the audience that we are talking about. Yes, I'm talking a lot of shit about the developers in Activision, but let's not forget there are gooch lickers here in the community who have literally told me, the Scadmaster, after complaining to me that I have the Orion camo. They got a lot of shit to say. They say I can't complain about the game because I have Orion camo, the easiest fucking mastery camo to earn in Call of Duty history. They say I can't complain for having that, and then in the same breath they tell me that they will not go for the mastery camo because it's too much of a grind. It's too difficult for them. So what are they going to do instead? They're going to buy a bundle and get the one camo that comes with that bundle on the one singular gun, and they'd rather spend $20 to $25, sometimes even $30 on that than just earning the easiest mastery camo in Call of Duty history. Just remember who the audience is, guys. And you know, to that extent, I don't even blame Activision that much for exploiting these motherfuckers. These guys are stupid enough to buy anything at this point. Shit, if I worked at Activision, I'd do the same goddamn thing. These guys are brainless. They don't know their elbows from their fucking asses. They're willing to buy anything, so fuck it. Here you go, more shit to buy. If they could buy Bobby Cosby's Gooch lint and use that as bullets in their guns instead of actual bullets, and it costed them $20, I guarantee you they'd consider it. Guys, this whole gear thing, it sounds like a good idea on paper. I like what I'm looking at. But let's not pretend like we don't know Activision's about to do some shady shit in the background of this. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you think Activision's the type to do something like this? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos, and yeah guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles. It's been a very long time since the weekend. It's been a very